Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brenda Mahali. I'm a facilitator for SchoolNet South Africa, and I'm not alone today. I'm with Queen Stress Sefala, who she's going to be our moderator for today. I hope you are ready to learn more about today's session. Today's session just need one to sit down and listen and make sure that all the instruction that is given, you follow it, especially right now. Most of people are using the strategies that we are using because most of the people are working from home. Thank you so much for joining in today's session. So for our today's presentation is going to be on staying productive online. How do one stay productive online? So the agenda for today is going to be set up your remote office, build a productive work environment, manage and maintain your well-being. So Google is offering one-on-one mentoring available for all the small business or charity. Please use the provided link and then contact them or go online and see what is offers for your business. Please use this initiative because it's one of the best that will help you to grow your business. Okay, so let's get on to our business of today. So my first question is going to be, how has COVID-19 impacted your role? Generally, how did it impact your role? Whether you are working or not working, as a business person, how did it impacted your role? That will be our first question. How has COVID-19 impacted your role? Please use our chat box to communicate with us. Any comment, any question, please stay in touch with us and then let's ask questions or let's give more comments so that we give each other some lights up. So set up your remote office. How do you set up your remote office? So what is remote working? A remote working is a working style that allows professionals to work outside of a traditional office environment. It is a base and concept that work does not need to be done in a specific place to be executed successfully. So you are remote working, you can work from anywhere where you like to be than to be um, at the office. Okay, like instead of going to your office remotely commuting, so you can set a desk where you are staying at home. We will be talking about that much of today. So that's why I say today is going to be one of exciting session where most we are actually what you call working on, especially or during this COVID-19. So where can people work remotely? People can work from home. For some employees, working from home is the best option, giving you more flexibility with your home life. Um, Coffee shop. So working in a public space, live coffee shops, cafes, bars, restaurant often boost your productivity. And if you are kind of a person who think more successfully when people are going around, working at the coffee shop will do for you. Co-working space is the great option, like freelancers, remote workers, but very that fee for a deducted desk can be costly. And then the library, library we know is one of the places where when you work there, it is only they need silently. So is a place where you can, if you are answering most of the calls, if you are a business owner who needs to be answering customers on their queries, so library won't be a good place for you. So today we'll be talking of which of the places will be convenient for you. So what do you need to work remotely? It's going to be one of our what do you call our next question is that what do you need to work remotely as a person who used to work in the offices? What is it that you need to work remotely? So you need a dedicated workspace, a place where is separate work from home. And then you need a devices, technology that help you to connect, collaborate, and work remotely. A stable internet connection to work effectively. So these are the devices or things that you can able to use so that you can have a successfully working environment. So you need a dedicated workplace. So you need maybe a place in your house where there is quietness, where you can able to focus on, and then you need devices like a laptop, your all your gadgets, tablets, and then most importantly you will need an internet, because when you are working on the online documents, like where you need to communicate and then where you need to have online meetings with your colleague, truly you will need a stable connection so that you can able to join those meetings. Create your own space. So, how do you create your own workspace? So, you need to find a space inside your home where you will feel more productive. So, these are the don'ts. One of the don'ts: avoid the bed or a couch while you are waking, because the moment you step or you are sitting on the bed, anytime you can be more comfortable and then you sleep. You need a table and a chair where you need to set up, you need to sit straight so that you can focus. Make sure the space is comfortable. So where you are working, because you are working from home, you can able to go to a what do you call it, a kitchen and make some coffee or tea. But what you need there, you need to have a table and a chair that you can able to put all your accessories that you will be needing for your work. And then you make sure that where you are working is more comfortable so you can able to think of what you will be doing, and consider your posture. So the reason why you need to avoid the bed is because of posture. So you may find that on the bed you just more off relaxed, and then you can't able to think much. That's why. And then thinking of your posture is when you are having the online meetings, and then you may find that those online meetings, your posture, the way you are sitting, it is not acceptable, especially if people they have prepared themselves to have a very much successful what do you call a meeting with you, and then you are just sitting in a way that is unprofessional. So some clients may have a problem of your what do you call your posture. So you need to have the space that you have need to be like a clear background, less of noise, and then consider other things. So we have a physical equipment that you might need: your cell phone, your computer, can be desktop computer or your laptop, and your notebook. Because you are working from home, the the culture needs to be as you need to behave as you are inside the office. So all of this you need them so that if there is something that you need to write down as a notebook, so you need to write all the ideas that you'll be doing, or maybe giving the notes of your next meeting and to-do list. So the cell phone is when you need to answer calls, communicate with your colleagues or on chat, and the computer more of you'll use it for your, especially the laptop, you'll use it for your webcam, where you need to be online when you are on the meeting. So another thing you need is to get a stable power. So to be productive, you have to get a stable power to charge your device. So make sure that you are generating a set. Make sure you are generating set is working. So if you got a generator in your home, make sure that if they have, especially here in South Africa, we have a problem with load shedding. So you make sure that your generator is well, and then you charge all your what do you call your devices. Try solar powered devices, converters. So as I said, we have a problem with load shedding. So some will need to have like a what do you call the solar, where you can able to charge your devices, and the power bank for your devices. So for now, I know that we have a power bank for your cell phone. So to make sure that your cell phone is working, you need to have where you can able to charge your cell phone. And then find sufficient internet connection. So among the most basic necessities for working is a stable internet connection. So you need to choose the right ISP. Consider to substitute alternative of ISP. Find the right router, and then plug in to Wi-Fi. Test and compare the internet speed. You know, immediately when you start to work remotely, you must make sure that the corner or the space that you have allocated for yourself to work on, make sure there is enough internet, what do you call internet coverage, where you don't need to be going up and down and while you are in the meeting. So you need to check the speed of your connection. And I think most, if you are choosing the what do you call the router, those routers that they come with the LAN, it is more faster, where you can able to connect your laptop with that LAN, so that it can be stable for your connection. So if you are using maybe that small device of MiFi, you need to make sure that the place that you are, there is enough connection for your internet. So I have another question that I'm posing to all that attended. What are the challenges of working remotely? What are the challenges of working remotely? So those who what do you call have tried to work or they are working at home now as we speak, what are the challenges of working remotely? What is it that you have encountered since we are in lockdown, and then you need to work remotely? What are the challenges you have encountered while you are working remotely? Please use our chat box for any comment or any question. So this is one of the questions that I'm asking. I know last year, from March, we had to strategize and work remotely. So which of the what do you call the problems that you have um, encountered while you are working uh, remotely at home. Challenges. So, the challenges of working remotely, there are many challenges such as loneliness, lack of social interactions. So there are those ones who we work more productively actually at home. No, at the office because we like to socialize with our colleagues. Self-discipline. So how many hours do you use to sit and then do your work? Like you need to dedicate your, when you're talking about the self-discipline, you need to dedicate discipline and self-control to avoid the or losing the momentum from working home. um don't convince yourself that a single YouTube video during your working hours won't do any harm. So before you know it, you'll have spent hours on it. So other thing here I can say on the YouTube, sometimes you may go and then you see there is a series on your TV. So let me just check out on this series, and then you will be changing the remote over and over and over again, and then you find that the time that you have spent looking at the TV, you were supposed to be working, and to your employer, it won't be a very good decision that you have made, because if they know that you were there, you can be able to get a warning. Um, no employee benefits. There are some companies that they give benefits when you are going to work, like health insurance or retirement fund. And then through work home opportunities, some of the country provide medical coverage. So the same they can't when you are working online. So you may lose some benefits when you are working remotely. Difficult to switch off. So when you are working in your office, you are most likely conscious on closing time. That's not always the case when you work remotely. So when you're working remotely, you then the lines between work and home life are blurred. So since you are working from your dining room, you might not find easy to concentrate from work, especially if your working space it is where it is next to your kitchen. Immediately when you are starting to work, you feel like you can go and get a slice of bread or maybe do something. And women will like to clean. You just see the crumbs on the table and then you try to clean, and then missing out the formal. So when you are working at home, because you are alone most of the time, you have that for the fear of missing out. Because when we are at the office, we normally, you are from your table, you go to another table of your colleague, you interact with your colleague, and then you start to talk about life and everything. So when you are working from home, you may have that missing out fear, and then some it really disturbs them. So you need to update yourself while you work remotely. So you need to go online and check, so that you don't feel like you are missing out. Like you need to check all the with your what do you call, your colleagues. You need to keep the culture where you can have a meeting and then try to update each other's life, so that you don't have that kind of loneliness or the fear of missing out. So now we are going to talk about what are the benefits of remote working. So the benefit of working remotely for employees are flexibility. So it's more flexible. You can just wake up in the morning and then you prepare yourself and you go and sit on your computer. So there's no need for you to do what, to commute. So when you are commuting, like when you are using transport to go to work, sorry about that. When you're going to work, there is a excuse me, there is a time that we normally spend from home to a workplace. So one of the benefit is that, sorry, sorry about that. So you don't need to walk or to travel from home to your office. So it is easier for you to be on time. And another benefit is more of, you have time with your family. So you get more of the time you see with your family. Benefit of remote working for business. So you have your own benefit where you don't need to commute. You spend more time with your family, and then your business, that way you are working too, there are some benefits that they're getting. So what some of the benefits are, the reduced overhead cost. So the cost of securing the office space, and then the so many setup paying high rents, like your levy, your what do you call, your rent, water, especially the water and the sanitation and the electricity. So it goes down because not all we are going to office, so the water will remain the same and the electricity. And then the greater productivity from high engagement workforce, and access to wider pool of talent. By allowing employees to work remotely, employers can hire the best talented while not limiting themselves by where they are staying. So working from home, anyone from anywhere can able to do what, to work for that company, because they don't need a physical person to come to the what do you call, to the office. So, and it also promotes diversity, as different people from different places can work together remotely. Yeah, so in another way, by offering remote work option, companies can extend their tentacles to a wider pool of talent, and then it can even improve employee retention. So these are the benefits of the employer. So I'll pause for question. If you have a question or a comment, please use our chat box for question or any comment. So, okay, I asked a question about how did COVID really impacted your life. So I have Solastica Mulawa. It's a great presentation, very informative session. Thank you so much once again for those who made sure that they have attended today's session. Thank you so much for attending. And then James said, what are the some of online opportunities that are available both for part-timers and full-timers? So there is some companies that they are offering the online what do you call work. So you need to find those kind of companies that they can able to help with opportunities of working online. And then again, the question is that how can organization convert their block and motor process to be done remotely? So I hope I can see here, James, you have been answered. I hope all you have been answered. You are very much satisfied with it. or we were going to give you, if you check our chat box, there is a social media platform that you can able to comment on, that you can able to be assisted and given more of what you call information. So I had another question, said, what are the benefits of remote working? And then Solastica Mulwa said no transport costs. That is very true. So you don't need to get transport costs. And there is a lot too, that sometimes you can just stand up from your bed and brush your teeth, and then you wash your face, and then you just put on more of formal clothes, and then you just sit there. So you even save off your water and electricity until later stage where you can take bath. So that is one of the benefits. So thank you very much, Eric Mawira. Thank you for joining in today's session. I hope you are learning more on our today's session. And then um, I see there is a Joshua Manza. Thank you so much for joining today's session. I hope you are learning much as I do, because too it has helped me to it really helped me to able to learn. Actually, we worked more of our time in what do you call it, in our um last year, when we were having a problems with COVID-19. So um can we move on to our next slide? Thank you so much for joining in today. I hope you are learning as much as I do. So we are going to talk about build a productive work environment. How do one build a productive environment? How do one build productive environment? And I just post that question to our audience. Please use our chat box to communicate with us. So why your work environment is important. So the quality of your workplace is vital to productivity. So you need a stagnated an area, and then find the right chair for you. Get a filing system to organize your life. So I remember that um last year there was companies that they were providing what you call the furnitures to their employees. So they hired a courier companies, where you are working, they will send the chair that you use, so that they can make their what do you call it, they can make their employees more comfortable while they are working from home. So I think that one was a very good initiative. They wanted them to be more productive, and then to have more of work than to be given. I can say to, so that they can have a good posture in their workspace. So 40% decrease in productivity due to workplace distraction, and 27% increase in errors. So when we are talking about so this is the research on the effect of work environment and productivity workplace. So the distraction out of employees by 40%, and increase errors by 27%. So it means it shows that working from home really helped. How can you minimize distraction when you are working from home? How do one minimize distraction while you are working from home? I know if you are working from home, you need to tell all the people that you are at home with that I'll be working. So you need to tell them. So let other know your working hours. You can use it even a mode of WhatsApp and status on say from this time and this time I'll be working, so that you don't get the friendly calls from your friends. They know that you are working. So you need to do one thing at a time. So you don't need to be going uh, uh, doing this work and leaving it and go and do another thing. Avoid TV and house distraction, because we all know we at work when we are at our offices, we normally have our 15 minutes break. So when you have your that 15 minutes tea break, avoid to go to a TV, because the TV programs normally they take 30, 45 minutes to 1 hour. You may take more than what you have been given to for your break. Put away all pets. So there's some people that they love pets, your dogs, your cats. Make sure that you put them in a cage or in a separate room where you'll be working, so that there'll be less of distraction. And then you need to take a regular break. So it doesn't mean if you are working from home there's no need for you to take a regular break. So if you feel like it's time for you to take a lunch break, you need to notify your co-workers to say, I'll be taking an what do you call 30 minutes break now, to avoid them calling you asking where you are. So you need to take your lunch, you need to take your tea break, you need to take your to stand up and exercise. How can we improve productivity within a team? So we are going to talk about how do we improve productivity within our team. So project management. So remote team members need to able to plan and collaborate on commitments, deliverables, and tasks. They also need to track the flows of work from start to finish. So you need to establish the vision and deliveries, establish logistic for team communication, remote visibility and transparency of all work, track the quality and the status of project, identifying and address the bottlenecks. So it means when you are working from home, doesn't mean all what you have been doing inside your workplace need to stop. All need to be communicated where you are if you are on the project, how far you are with that project, and what is it that is needed. All the transparency need to be addressed. The co-workers needs to know how far you are with your work, and then two, they need to report on how far they are with their work. So the statistics shows that 70% of workplace mistakes are due to poor communication. So if we don't communicate of what you are doing right now, um, it really can take a backlog of your work. So communication actually plays a fundamental role in your daily lives. For some, good communication comes naturally, but others, it can be hard to articulate their thought and feelings in conversation, often leading to conflict and fundamental errors. So we need to communicate on the work that we are in, and then while we are communicating we need to maintain the tone of what we are using and be transparent of what we are working on, so there's no miscommunication. We have what do you call uh general communication that we can use as a company to keep ourselves updated. Strong communication is general to business success. More of emails for more formal conversation, instant messages platform for fast conversation, collaboration tool for project work. So these are the what do you call the general communication that we can use. So let's say it is very important and effectively when you are working in general. So as a team, you need to impact the efficiency of more traditional work communication. So if, for example, on Mondays you used to have a meeting um based on what you are going to be doing during the course of the week. So those kind of tradition need to keep on what do you call going on Skype or on Zoom or on Teams, where you can able to meet online and then have those kind of communication while your cameras are on to see that everyone is well, and then updating ourselves, even our social lives, anything that is new on the our teams, everything we need to keep our tradition going. So to keep the tradition going, we have such a platform where we can able to use to communicate. So while we are communicating, we need to set rules to communicate effectively. In order for communication to be more effective, you need to set rules. Communicate clearly. So while we are working at home, make sure that you are communicating clearly to your colleagues when it coming to maybe reporting what you'll be doing at that moment, and then think about the type of messaging and content, respond promptly, set a role model, the guidance. So there's some while you are working, maybe you need a certain report from them. You find that the responding will be taking time before, and then you may not meet your deadline. So we need to set some rules of when do we report, and then what time is our deadline, so that all can able to do what to be on par, all of us. So and then you need to make sure that the messaging that you are using is appropriate. So when you are communicating, the tone while you are online talking, so you need to be more of friendlier way so that other colleagues can able to understand. So we have video meeting and calls. So video meeting and calls enable teams to communicate and collaborate in a real time. So the first, connect team working remotely, improve level of communication, and it boosts collaboration. So these are the some of the platform that one can able to use when you are using the video meetings, because they can able to take more than numbers of employees, where you can able to communicate well. So let's talk about one of the platform, which is Google Meet. Google Meet keep team connected with enterprise grade video conferencing, built on Google robust and secure global infrastructure. Meet is included with G Suite and G Suite for education. So this is one of the platform that Google it is offering for your video conferencing or video meeting. And then we have Zoom. Zoom is an application that can be downloaded either on your computer or mobile device. You can request demo and even download it for free. You can use Zoom to host or join a meeting, And then it can carry up to 100 people that can join online meeting or a class in the free mode. So this is one of the platform that can able to give you a certain minutes to conduct your meeting uh, free without paying anything. And then let's talk about the Microsoft Teams. Microsoft Teams enables business to collaborate and communicate with team members across the world. So you can create team and channels to organize your department. Utilize the chat and video call function to boost your communication. You can also share documents and collaborate with ease. So Microsoft Team is one of the what do you call the platform where it got one in all. In it you can create channels. In it you can able to have your own team. There is a video call while you are on your meetings. You can use a chat and you can able to share documents online. And then one of the best that has been in Skype. With Skype, you can able to do video chat app. You will have access to a variety of innovative features like the immersive full screen video, send chat, invite to anyone, and background blur. So you can able to use Skype to connect with your team members. So how to run effective um, meetings? So you need to set up an effective meeting, set agendas, consider your tone of voice, encourage using cameras, and be timely. So these are the effective of meetings. There was one guy who I once heard him said a meeting without agenda will take the whole day. So when we know that we'll be talking about, your team members or your colleagues can able to know on how they can able to prepare themselves for that meeting. So your tone of voice, we need to able to talk each other effectively, and then where it is more nicer of your voice. So you need to use the language that is more friendlier of your what do you call your the tone of your voice. And then let's talk about the encouraging using the camera. So important. It is very important to connect with each other so that you make things more personal, boost non-verbal and verbal communication. So when you put on that camera, we can able to see that you have gained a lot of weight, or maybe you are doing well. So we need to encourage on putting on the camera and be timely. So when we say be timely, don't leave people waiting on the call. So if you set a meeting, make sure that the time you are on time, and then be punctual. Often person in person meeting, so that people they must not because you are at home. People they must not wait for you to join the meeting. Video conferencing etiquette. So, step to run effective meeting. You need to prepare yourself, dress appropriately, consider your lighting, consider your background, and consider your audio. So you must make sure that before the meeting, you need to test all your sound on your laptop. Where you are sitting, there is no disturbance. Your lightning, you need to be more visible. You'll find that I saw a picture of a lady where she put a head of a monique on the what do you call on the camera, and then she was sleeping there. So it means on that meeting they just saw a person who's wearing a mask and a wig. They didn't know that behind that is not a person. So that's why they said we need to set ourselves more prepared, and then we need to encourage people to talk while we are on the meeting. Tips Top tip for collaborating effectively: you need to equip your team with the right tools. Make project management easier. Make document sharing easy and accessible. Encourage collaboration within departments and prioritize company culture. Because I believe that the last one of prioritizing the what do you call, the company culture, is where immediately when we are working remotely at home, um, we tend to forget of what we are all about. We used to share certain things at work, and then because we are working from home, you can able to share those kind of what do you call, share those kind of cultures where we need to talk about how's your day, how's everything at home. We can't talk about that anymore. So we need to keep that in mind, that we need to keep and prioritize our cultures, because doesn't mean if you are working remotely, we are not a team. We are still colleagues. We still need to maintain the office culture. The final top tips for productivity: always over communicate with your team regularly and keep them in the loop. So always make sure that you talk to your colleagues. Be disciplined. Remote working is not a vacation nor a paid leave. So you need to stop the time that you need to deliver that report, or maybe on your meeting time, you are on your way to the mall, or maybe you want to catch up with your friends somewhere. So you need to be disciplined, and you know that the time that you are using is a company work, and you are being paid for that time. Have your tools ready for work. Make sure that you have the tools you need to work remotely. We talked about the tools that we need to work remotely, which is our devices, stable connection. You need to set up a place where it is more quiet, and then you are sitting up straight where you can able to concentrate. And then find your booster and use it. Use what you get energized and ready to work when you need it. So we have some people that uh because working from home, you when you were traveling, you used to be in you commit inside a text where people, they'll be talking and then you are engaging with them. So you tend to, what do you call, to solve some your problems with your friends inside the taxi. So right now, because you are not what do you call, working from there, so you need certain of motivation before you can able to start your work. So you can go to your social medias online and search for positive what do you call, positive quotes, where you can able to boost you to able to work and be energized. I'll pause for question. If there is any question or any comment, please use our chat box to communicate with us. We really love those comments. Please use our communication. We really need that you are respond um, questions and comments. Please use our chat box. So let's talk about the manage and maintain your well-being. Why it is important to manage your well-being while you are working from home. Because some of the companies, you find that they have the gym site where they when you after work you go and exercise. So let's talk and see what we are going to talk about when we say your well-being. So it is important to manage your well-being because it impacts your overall wealth. So you need to be more of what do you call, exercising. Um, it leads to a greater productivity. So when you manage your well-being, you lead to greater productivity. It increase your resilience, so you work more when you are in a well what do you call, well a place when you are more feel energized. It boosts your morale and levels of happiness when you are looking after your well-being. What can you do to manage your well-being? So this will be our question. What is it that you will be what can you do to manage your well-being? What can you do to manage your well-being? Avoid overworking. Take regular breaks. Set up reminder to take breaks, because when you're working from home, you may forget to stand up and go take rounds. Be clear with your team that you are leaving. So while you are working together, make sure that you tell your colleagues that I'm now going to take 5 minutes of break, so that they don't send you messages. Turn off notification when you are on a break. So you may find that maybe your break, you are going to take it inside your kitchen, and then the moment if your laptop or your cell phone is keeping that notification of someone is talking to you, it may affect you to take that 5 minutes break. So you need to turn off the notification. Schedule an activity like take a walk, riding a bike, or going to a gym at the end of the day. As I said, that doesn't mean if you are working from home, you need to stop the culture of what you have been doing when you are going to your office. So make sure that when you are after work, make sure that you go and exercise yourself so that you can be fit. Okay, be ready for the culture shift. To help you to embrace the shift, consider the following: trust your overall performance, rethink the concept of work, understand your commitments, and be patient. So this one is to make you to be ready for your culture, what do you call, your culture shift. So how managing your overall well-being? So you need to exercise regularly, so that you can keep your life what do you call, your what do you call, your body more fit. View mental health as a serious physical health. Check in with your manager or team regularly. Separate your professional and personal life. Organize in one person social meetup. So these are the keys that one can able to look when you are managing your overall well-being. So I believe and I think that this is one of the what do you call, initiative that we need to take as we are checking all of this. It's very important that we need to do that, to write down this kind of tips where we need to follow while we are working at home. I'll pause for question. If there's any question or a comment, please use our chat box to comment with us. Ask any question that you would like to know, or maybe any comment that you feel like you need to add clarity on. Please feel free to use our chat box. I can see that there is no any question or comment. I hope we are all still learning and we are still online. So, what is our next step? We have talked about how you can set your what do you call, your workspace when you're working at home, how you can able to separate your time while you are working at home, how can you able to tell the people around you that this time, from this time I will be working at home. Manage your time, actually your breaks when you are sitting at home, and then you are all well-being. as a person who have been going to office. So we have learned more of working, staying at home, working from home, staying productive online at home. So what will be our next step? What is your next step as a person right now? Have you learned a lot? Have you learned more of what do you call, of your what do you call uh, today's session? What is it that you are going to change? Are you going to get a right table? Are you going to get a right chair? Set your personal life from your work, communicate clear with your colleagues, and then let them prepare yourself in the morning as if you are going to a work. Make sure that you take breaks in between. What will be your next step? Please use our chat box to communicate with us. And I hope and I pray that today you have made or you have learned a lot from the today's session. Thank you so much for joining in today's session. I really appreciate all the people that made their time to to join today's session. So this is one of our reminder that Google is offering one-on-one mentoring available for all small business or charity. And then please use our link, this link, for more information on how you can able to make your business more productive and then acquire more of your customers. And then you can able to find us on social media, Facebook, Digital Skills for Africa, Twitter, Digital Skills Africa, and then Instagram, Digital Skills SAF. So, and you can also follow us on SchoolNet South Africa on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Thank you so much for joining in today's session. I hope that you have learned a lot, and then we are going to use the tips that we have shared today and we make it work for us. Thank you so much and have a lovely evening.